I'm live. Am I live? Am I actually live? I am live. Look at that. Okay, why am I not seeing it here? That's why. Okay. Coolio. Streaming on Twitch, everyone. First time chat from Malik's 6P1. What's up? How's it going? First time chat. What in the world? Are you new here? Like, are you hopping? Like, is this your first time finding the Pixelfire channel? That's crazy. What's that sound? What is up? Wow, so many first time chats. That's awesome. When did you guys find my channel? Also, I hope you're not hearing the actual stream in the background. You shouldn't be. Let me know if everything sounds okay, guys. Let me know if the music is too loud or too quiet. I really just want it to be background music so you guys aren't just listening to silence and my voice the whole time, but yeah. I'm gonna get a few more things set up, but just let me know if everything's looking good and sounding good. Appreciate it. I should also have chat over there, not on that screen. Let's see. Nothing much. Good morning. And no, we're not hearing the stream. I can't really hear any music. Kind of on Instagram, I don't listen to any music. Kind of on Instagram, cool. That's awesome. Oh yeah, you're not hearing. Okay, wait, hold on. Properties, wavelength stream. For some reason, OBS reset all my audio stuff. Now you should be able to hear it. Let me know if you guys can hear the music. Lego model while playing a Lego game, and I loved it so much. I followed the stream, but this is the first one I've caught. Awesome, cool. But yeah, this is a you guys are catching a stream right now that I have never done before. I'm gonna start actually developing my first game for people to play. So this is the first stream. You guys are the first ones on. It's awesome. Yeah, there won't be too much exciting stuff going on right now. I'm just gonna be setting stuff up. Maybe working through a little bit of my kind of pre-production phase, prepping on how to build this Lego game, kind of talking about how I'm gonna be building it. So yeah, quick question for you guys. Do you guys like this style of webcam, or do you like this? If I do something like this, I think I would want to put my green screen up behind me so that I'm using just green screen keying instead of the NVIDIA background removal, because it is a huge resource hog. And let me know what you guys like better or worse. I'm going to put it back to what it was before. Boop. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go get some things and set things up. Okay. Got some Legos. now I think I actually want to grab another camera so I can have a second camera on my hands as I'm like figuring all this stuff out. Because I'm gonna prep out how exactly I want to build this Lego game before I actually build it in Unity and Blender. First one was definitely more noticeable and vibrant since we can see you and the background. Yeah. Second one would be nice if we needed to see the whole screen if you're doing stuff on screen. Yeah. We'll see. I might do like one stream with this and one stream with the other one and see what people like. But yeah. Okay. But is audio okay, guys? Can you hear my voice okay? Can you hear the music okay? I really just want the music to be background, so let me know if it's too loud and I will turn it down some. Okay, let me get that camera set up. Audio's nice, we can hear the music. Cool. Okay, set this up here. Need a cable. Okay. Okay, that camera's set up. Now I just gotta pull it into OBS. Let's see. Game capture. Video capture device. Okay. E10. Nice. Cool. You guys can see that, right? Marco, what's up? How's it going? Okay. I really need this camera like overhead looking down, but I'm not gonna even attempt to set that up on stream today. I can turn. Here we go. Still like. Okay, this will work for this stream. Okay. Let's do this. So, where to begin? I don't know how much I want to tell you guys on stream right now. I kind of want to make a more official video, but yeah, so I've talked before about how, I mean, you guys have seen my Lego VTuber setup, so I love Legos. I love creating the Lego VTuber setup. And if you guys have seen my recent announcement video, I want to start making games. Another thing you guys know is that, some of you might know, is that my son, my firstborn son, loves building Legos. And one of the things that he and my wife and I kind of created together was this game that we play together where one of us will pick out a certain amount of Legos for the other person. And so like I'll pick out 9 Legos from the Lego box, give it to that person, my wife or my son, whoever, and they have to build something with those 9 specific Legos. And additionally, sometimes we'll do themes. So like I'll say, okay, here's your 9 Legos, and you have to build a monster out of this, or a car, or a person, or whatever it is. And so it's like this little game that we kind of created as a family. And I love the idea of turning that into some sort of a mobile game that you can play by yourself, maybe in like practice mode, where you enter practice mode and then it'll give you a random amount of Legos between like, it's just a few Legos. It's not a ton, like not hundreds or anything, but like maybe 8 to 20 different Legos, and you have to build something. So you could have a practice mode, and then maybe there could be like a multiplayer mode where maybe I could even do this on stream, where after the game is built, I'm live streaming the gameplay, and you guys, anyone who's watching the stream, can download the mobile game for free, and I will choose 12 different Legos, and then those 12 different Legos will appear on the screen of anyone who has the mobile game downloaded. They can build their creation within a time period like 60 seconds or something, and then they submit it, and then it gets sent to me on my stream, and then I can view all the different creations that everyone made in the mobile game, and then I can like judge them live on stream and pick a winner. Like, I think that would be so cool. So it's this idea I've had in the back of my mind for a few weeks now, maybe a month, and since I want to start creating games here on my Pixelfire channel, I think that would be a good place to start. So I'm excited for that. I'm gonna attempt to do that, and I hope you guys like the game when it's done. I hope you guys like watching the development of the game. I'm going to try to develop as much of the game on stream as possible. But just knowing myself, I know that game dev and coding can be very difficult sometimes, and it takes sometimes when I'm coding, it takes the fullness of my concentration, and it's going to be difficult to do that as well as focus on stream and chat with you guys at the same time. So all that to say, I'll try to do as much development on stream as possible, like during the day and in the evenings and stuff, but some of it will probably be off stream. But yeah, so I'm gonna start that process now. There won't be too much exciting stuff now, I don't think, on this first stream, but we're at least gonna start prepping things and planning and like laying out how I'm gonna actually make this. And yeah, I'm glad you guys are here because you guys will be able to, I'm sure, give me some really good opinions and tips and thoughts on how you guys think things should be done. So I'm excited for that. Yeah, those of you that know me or those of you that don't, something that I really like doing is involving the community as much as possible. So getting your feedback on streams or in the comments or in Discord or whatever. I just created a new website. It's called pixelfire.store. You can check that out. That's a way that you can support, get various perks along this game development journey. And yeah, I'm excited. And let's get started. Catch up on chat real quick. Question, can you make a Lego game if it's not licensed by Lego, or would it have to be nonprofit, or will they just be Lego look alike blocks to build with? Yes, so making this mobile game, I definitely could not include Lego in the name or anything. I would have to create my own name for the game, like Block Battles or Brick Builder or something like that. And as far as I'm aware, does that make sense? As far as I'm aware, I'm 99% sure that any Lego block that you use or that you have in your game or whatever, there's no problem with that. You can do that. Where things get a little iffy IP wise for Lego is their minifigures, so the actual Lego characters. And this type of game would not include any minifigures or Lego characters, so it would only include like the blocks. So there shouldn't be any problems. Now the VTubing app that I would like to build at some point, if there's enough development support for that and interest in that from you guys and from the public, then and I'm able to build that, like that's I would definitely want to get Lego's permission to do that, because that would include minifigures, Lego characters and stuff. So I'd need to ask permission for that. But as far as just like the basic Lego blocks, you can do that. I mean, I've even looked up. There are Lego games essentially out there on the app stores that are not Lego. They're just third-party companies and they're not sponsored by Lego or anything. And you can tell like they're skirting around the legal issues by not using minifigures, only using Legos like this, and they're not using the word Lego anywhere, and it's fine. So I'm 99% sure it'll be okay. I'm not worried about it. Honestly, I'm hoping that if this game does well enough, and if my Lego VTuber setup continues to do well, I'm hoping that will actually get get noticed by Lego, because I would love to do some type of partnership or sponsorship with Lego and get them involved, and I mean that would be super cool. So I do actually hope that they notice. Worst case scenario, they say, hey, stop making stuff, and then I'll have to stop. But I don't think that they would actually sue me or anything. I think that would be way too extreme. So let's do this. And thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate it. So one thing that I was thinking about, so what we would need is first, let me clear out, this is a brand new Unity project, so I'm just going to go ahead and kind of rearrange things how I want to make this work for me. Okay, so this is going to be a mobile game. So I'm going to need to make it so that it is vertical. So let's go ahead and change the display. 16:9. I can just do free aspect. I'm pretty sure Unity actually has a way, like different mobile. Let me see. Plus, I'll just add my own. do aspect. No, let's do fixed resolution for now. Width 900. Okay, that's vertical-ish. Mobile phone-ish. Okay. So we're definitely going to need a ground, a plane starting off. I'll go ahead and create that. There, boom, there's our ground. And you can't see it. We're gonna need a camera. Where is that camera? And why can't I see stuff? There we go. Okay. Let's create our first Lego. Our Lego stand-in, not the actual first Lego. Okay, and then our camera. Okay. I have 2 cameras? Oh, I already have a camera in there. That's right. Okay. Making progress, guys. Okay. So this is something what I've got to figure out. First, before I continue, I need to get... Can you explain to me what VTuber is? I'm very out of touch. So VTuber is short for virtual YouTuber. It started off with 2D anime characters, Japanese based, creating virtual anime characters as YouTubers. And so yeah, they just called themselves virtual YouTubers. I don't know who came up with the first name for that, but yeah, virtual YouTubers is the long form of VTubers. And of course there's VTubers all over the place, not just on YouTube now, but that's how it started. So a VTuber is someone who uses an avatar, who controls an avatar so that usually most of the time, so that they don't show their IRL self on stream. Some do face reveals and show their VTuber self as well as their IRL self, like myself now. CodeMiko does that. Woody Devs does that. But for the most part, probably 99% of VTubers do not show their IRL self. OMG, a block. Yes. Basically, a streamer that uses a virtual model, so you see that instead of them depending on what they want it to do, it can have a mouth. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so this is what I've got to figure out for this Lego game. And this is where I want your help, guys. First, I really want to get Twitch chat on OBS so I don't have to keep Twitch open. Let me figure that out real quick. I don't see it. Oh well, okay. Just leave both open. Okay, I've got chat open and my stream open so I can see both. Cool. Okay, so I'll have this overhead camera set up a little better for next stream, but so let's work out exactly how this is gonna work, and this is where I'm gonna need your guys' help on this. So cool game mode could be like speed builder, build something from memory that you only got like 5 or 10 seconds. That's an awesome idea, Malik. That's a really good idea. Yeah, so it gives you 10 Legos. It starts off with a build already made. So let's say 3 Legos. Let's say it starts off with this. It like pops this in, shows it to you for 3 seconds. You can kind of like rotate around the view and see it, and then it disappears, or it just shows all the blocks scattered. and then you have like 10 seconds to put it together exactly how you originally saw it. That's a great idea. I love that. That could definitely be a mode in the future. Okay, so what I gotta figure out is the snapping to other Legos. So let's say it gives you 3 Legos on the ground. Then if you're going to move one to the other on your mobile device, it needs to know where it can snap to. Because I don't want to have unlimited placement. Like I want the pieces to actually snap in just like how they would with a Lego piece. So every Lego piece that I include in the game has to have snap points. Has to have points on every place that another Lego can connect to. So for like this block that's 2x4, I'm going to need 8 on the top and 8 on the bottom. No, 8 on the bottom, but then also the 3 circles in the middle, right? Because some Legos can connect to that if you really wanted it to. So I would need 8, 9, 10, 11 on the bottom, 8 on the top. So 19 total for one block. And that's going to be manual work for every single Lego. Dead Sun Prime, what's up? How's it going? So yeah, I'm going to need to create manual snap points at every... There might be a way to automate that, but I'm not sure. I think I would start off just adding all the manual points and then maybe come up with an automation system later. Because I'm pretty sure like every block... Like if I had a... Let me go get a few more Legos. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got this guy, just a 1x2 tall, and then a 1x1 flat. So if I could create a way for Unity to automatically, or for me to just start with this, like this 1x1 flat has a snap point at the top and a snap point at the bottom. And then I could just make Unity understand that every other Lego block is made up of this piece, because essentially it is, right? So it looks like 3 flats make up a tall. So I could essentially define what this is for Unity, and then tell Unity that this is essentially 6 of these, and then so on and so forth for the bigger pieces. That might be a little more involved, so it'd probably be easier. A little more cumbersome, but easier in a way too, just to manually place the snap points on every single block. So let's use this guy for instance. Actually, this is gonna be much easier to model in Blender. So let me just go ahead and do this. Let's make our first block, guys. So this is our 2x4 tall. And then I'll get real dimensions later, but I just need to map this out first. Cylinder. Okay, that's our basic 2x4 block. So let's do an auto. There we go. Just go ahead and make it red just for kicks and giggles. It's not gonna work. We need to do, actually turn this on. Yep, okay. It's our red Lego block. It's a little tall. There we go. That looks pretty good. What do you guys think? Just for a quick mock-up? Wow, that was fast. I have been doing 3D for like, oh gosh, 15 years? Yeah, 15 years. All in Blender, mind you. So I have seen this software grow up from its infancy. Okay, let's do another one. Now, of course, these are mock-ups. These are not the final Legos that will actually go in the game. This is just for me to map out the concept. And I can just do this, boop, Y, oh, X, 0. And then get rid of those. There we go. Let's make this one blue. Nice, okay. So if I want that to connect to this in the game, then I don't want to just be able to drag it around anywhere. Like you need to be able to drag it with your finger or your thumb anywhere you want, but then as it gets close to another Lego block, it should snap to any position that you can place it, right? That would make sense, right? So for it to know where it can snap to, I'm going to have to create points on every snappable location. So I'm going to have to create in Unity these little empties that no one ever sees, but the game knows where they are. What I can actually do is I can snap to face, center. Let's see. I'm gonna snap to the center. No, I would have to add a vertex in between each one. Okay. So let's just doop, doop, doop. Okay, so I have all of those empties, those markers. Origins. So then this object will know that it can snap to any of those pieces. But this also has to have its own markers. Y2.5, like that. It also needs to have them on the bottom. And also, I just realized that these snap points would not need to be on the top. It would need to actually be at the bottom of each cylinder. Right there. Because when it snaps, it needs to snap all the way to the base of where the cylinder is. There. And then same thing on the bottoms. Oh, and I need to model the inside of the bottoms too. Let's do that real quick. So delete. Actually, I can just inset that. Delete that. There we go. And then drag it up. There we go. And then just fix this real quick. There we go. And then there are the 3 cylinders inside the bottom. First Lego, yes. But that cylinder, gotta inset that as well. Delete face. And that goes all the way to the bottom. Okay, there we go. And then I need 2 more. Right there. Now, this is definitely still off. This will be far more precise when I make the actual Legos for this game, but this is just to get the concept in. Okay. So I have the snap points at the top, and then at the bottom I need, at the same exact position, as the ones above. There we go. But then some Legos, like a 1x1, can actually connect to that cylinder in the center, right? So I'd need to account for that as well. D. There. Okay, there we go. So one Lego, or at least a 2x4, has 8, 16, it has 19 snap points. So now this Lego knows, so let me parent to that. And all of these to that. Okay, so this is kind of, oh, I need to add those as well. Actually, let me just go ahead and delete this. Duplicate this. Oh wait, just these. And I can get rid of these. There we go. And make this the blue one. Okay. There we go. So we got 2 Legos and we have all of their snap points for these individual Legos. Okay. And so now that Unity would have this, is that everything that it would need? Let's see. So if I move this Lego around and then it snaps, it knows that any of these points can connect to any of these points. So the closest one to the mouse would connect to there. So yeah, that can all be programmed in Unity. And that should be good, I believe. This isn't, like, this is just Blender's vertex snapping thing, but it would be kind of like this. Of course, better. Like a free drag as you're dragging around by itself, but then when you get close to the Lego, it will snap to where it is allowed to snap. Now I'd have to figure out a rotate method as well so that you can rotate it in different directions. Another thing, every Lego needs to have its origin, its center at the base, the center of the base, I would say. Set origin to 3D cursor right there. So when you rotate around, it does that correctly. Actually, the center might need to be in between here. And rotate Z works like that, rotate Y like that, rotate X. Yeah. That feels right. Okay. Okay, so this is what the Legos would look like in the game. Well, sort of. And internally, Unity would know where all these snap points are. Now here's the question. This is what I haven't quite figured out yet. Let's say you're building and you have a bunch of pieces like this where they're all on top of each other. If you want to go in and move one of these pieces somewhere else, like if you wanted to move the top one, it would make sense just select it, grab it, move it somewhere else. But what if you wanted to, what if you wanted to move this one? If you wanted to move or edit a piece that is inside your build, it's connected above and below other pieces. When you select this and move it, should everything above and below it stay where it's at? So like if I move this, then like this green piece would stay in midair where you had it, and then you can move this around wherever you want it. Or if you decide in the game to select this piece and move it, should the other piece come with it? It's like I select this piece and move it, and I move it somewhere else, like maybe to the bottom. Or maybe there should be two settings. What do you guys think? Maybe by default, if you select a piece, it only moves what you select. But there could be somewhere in the UI where it's like a lock button or something, I don't know. And you press that, and then anything that is above that piece gets moved with it. What do you guys think? Saniques, first time chat, what is up? I think the other pieces should move with it. Okay, cool. The other piece should move with it. Should there still be an option though to not move other pieces with it? Maybe select tool? Yeah, I mean your finger would be the select tool. Because this is gonna be a mobile game, so it's gotta be as simplified as possible. Maybe if you tap individual block, you can separate it, but if you two finger hold it, it can take both of them. That could work, that's a good idea. So just make it in a way that both options are possible, and then figuring out exactly how to implement that, like that could be anything. We can figure that out later. But then the question is, so a question further past that would be this. This is where things start getting very intricate code-wise that a lot of people don't think about. It's like the door problem. Have you guys heard of the door problem in coding? Like when you think of in a game, okay, so I'm gonna build this game and we're gonna have doors in the game. Okay, it's a really easy thing to say, okay, we're gonna have doors in the game. And if you just think about doors, yeah, doors, they're simple, it's doors, you have doors in the game. But there's so many questions and things you have to account for with the doors in the game. Like, can the doors open and close? Do all the doors open and close, or only some doors? Do they open and close by walking through them, or do you have to press a button to open and close them? Do they operate by physics or pre-made animations of open-close doors? Do you have to get a key to lock or unlock the doors? Can enemies open the doors and close them, or can only the main character do it? So there's so many questions, even with just something as simple as doors in your game. So this is where that door principle comes in with this Lego thing, and this is something I want to show you guys. So that I was thinking about this morning. So let's say I have all these pieces, and you guys said, and I agree, if you select this piece and move it, it should move the other pieces above it with it, okay? But then what happens if you have pieces oriented like... I don't have enough Legos here to explain this concept, but... let's do this. Let's say your Lego build is like this. How would the code work then? PT Stress, what's up? Thanks for being here. We're working on. I am in the planning stages of a mobile Lego game. And we are working out how exactly to do the snapping and the movement of all the Lego pieces. So this is the issue. So guys, you said that if you have a Lego creation like this and you select this piece and you move it, it should move all the other pieces connected to it on top of it. So would that mean like, whoa, this is really difficult to, don't even remember how I had it. Okay, so you have this. You select this piece to move it somewhere else, and it should move with it all the other pieces connected above it. So this one and this one. But what about this right here? Because that is also connected to that one, right? So how is the game supposed to know what specific pieces you as the user want to move with that block? Could make it so that to move Legos, you have to manually select everything. So you could select, 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 and then everything you have selected, you could move all in one piece. But if you have like 20, 30 Legos in a build, like that's gonna take forever to manually select. So maybe I could automate it so that you select this, and then it will automatically select all the other pieces above it. But then if you want to select down from there or across from there, then you can manually select more pieces. What do you guys think? I love all things Lego, awesome. If it's only one correct way to build something like how you said they can build a design you showed them, then they'll only be placing one block at a time anyway, unless it's free build. Yeah, Malik, I mean, I'm trying to account for all possible scenarios. If we have different game modes, if we up the count, like maybe someone is given 30, 40, 50 pieces to build with, and they start building a creation and they love it, but oh, it's two pieces to the left and they want to move the whole thing, or half of the creation 2 pieces to the right. Instead of moving everything block by block, they should be able to select all the blocks they want to move and move it as one unified piece. Maybe instead of taking them away together, maybe they should just be moved individual like the last block that was set. Yeah, that's an option. Then if they only messed up at one part, then it would be an easy fix to move like the top and the bottom and fix that one part. Yeah, so like let's just do this, okay? Now this is a very simple thing, but let's say someone builds this and they're like, oh no, from here up, I love that part of my creation, but it's too far along this block. I want to move the whole thing back one thing. So if they could only move one piece at a time, they'd have to move this one back, then this one, and this one, and this one. Whereas they should be able to select this piece, and it selects this whole part, and then they can move it back one piece, or 2, or 3, so like that. So I think there should be a way to select a piece and it selects everything above it, and a way for you to select only individual pieces. But then there are more complex scenarios where as the Legos stack on top of each other, they might eventually go sideways and then back down and then reconnect to the bottom Legos. And that's what I haven't figured out how to account for in the selection process. You can do it so that you can drag on the screen to select multiple blocks faster. How it is on Windows, for example. Yeah, so like a border select, like this. Yeah, so that's totally doable. Do they do that on mobile games though? I've never seen a border select on a mobile game. I feel like that wouldn't be a very good user experience. Copy text, but instead of having to do all of it, you can also separate into the bottom, unlike having to copy everything from the text. You guys have seen some border selects or some box selects in a mobile game before? I mean, it's possible. I'd say a menu, so from the side, it'll have an option to select multiple blocks. Drag your finger over the blocks you want to separate. Yeah, something like that. It's gonna have to be a menu option. I think for the initial build, it'll just be you can only select one and move one block at a time. So if I was to move this green block, then everything below it, everything above it, everything it's attached to would just stay in place in space. And you just move this out. So you might have pieces floating in midair. So if I move that green block, then this will be floating in air, which I think is fine starting out. And then if I want to add an option later to where you can move things with all connected pieces, I could add that, but there's obviously going to be some intricacy to that. And even now, I don't think I'm seeing all the possible scenarios that a Lego creation could have. It's one of those things where it's going to be more complicated than you initially think it will be. I think it might be easier to test and find out later when a build is done. 100%, Marco. Yeah, 100%. If you drew a circle, all the blocks in the circle would be selected. That could work, but the problem with that is that sometimes there might be Legos behind the blocks you select. Like let's say this. Let's say you're oriented this way and you circle select, whoops, right here. It would select this one, this one, this one, and this one, but would it also select the ones behind it that the circle is seeing but the user is not seeing? So like this one right here, that's where it gets complicated. So, but I think for the initial build, I really like phase 1. I just need to make a few Legos like these two, maybe this shape right here, maybe a flat one, place the control points on, bring that into Unity, and then get the snapping feature working so that you can drag and drop Legos on top of each other. Like that's pretty straightforward and easy. I can do that. And then also create a way to move the camera around. So like you can drag on the screen and rotate the camera around and zoom in, zoom out, stuff like that. So that's phase 1. That's just like the basic bare bones. You can move around and you can place Legos on top of each other. Then after that, we'll start. I would like to, at that point, get it in the hands of the user. So you guys, so actually send the game out to you guys, let you guys get a feel for it, play around with it and see what feels intuitive and what doesn't. And then I can start adding more features and all that type of stuff. And then after that, then I could start adding in all of the online community mechanisms where we could have tournaments and challenges and all that type of stuff. So it's not too complex of a game. Like as far as games go in general, it's pretty straightforward. But I mean, it will have some complexity to it for sure. And I'm excited about this because number 1, I love Lego, and 2, I think it'll be a really good way for me to get my feet wet into game dev, because I've done a lot of game dev, like Unity dev, over the past few years. Even been paid to do it by a large client. For those of you who have not seen my recent YouTube video, I was working on a VTuber app. I was the sole developer of this VTuber app for the past 2 years, and to be perfectly honest, it was the coolest thing that I've ever worked on. It was a blast. I loved it. And it got shut down at the beginning of this year. So I'm still recovering from that, if you will. But yeah, so I want to start making my own projects. And so I'm going to start with this. I was also thinking about maybe just starting with the VTuber app because it seemed like there was a lot of interest on YouTube and Twitch and TikTok and Instagram on my VTuber setup. So that's another consideration I've had, is I should just start from scratch and make my own VTuber setup like I've been doing for the past 2 years. But I mean, I've been doing it the past 2 years under this company, but they've been paying me to do it. So there was money there for it, but it takes a lot. It's like a full-time job to do that. Making a VTuber app it's a very large endeavor. So I could only do that if there's enough interest in it and if there's enough funding and dev support in it. And right now there's just not. So might be something I explore in the future, but I don't see myself starting that anytime soon because it would take a lot of interest. I thought there was a lot of interest in the VTubing app. I've been, people DM'd me. There's probably like 40 to 50 people that seemed really interested in the VTuber app. So I've reached out to them, told them about my new website, which is essentially like my own Patreon. It's pixelfire.store if you want to check it out. But a lot of people are like, oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we'll support you. We're going to support your development. We're going to support you no matter what you do. But yeah, there's just not enough financial support there at this point to actually do anything yet. So we'll have to see. I'm hoping that this Lego game, and I'll continue to keep developing my Lego VTuber setup and stream with that and stream Minecraft as well. I might actually do a game stream tonight. I might do another Lego stream tonight. Not this Lego game, but my Lego VTuber stream tonight. That'll be fun. So yeah. I think, let me see, what time is it? I think I'm gonna call it for now for this first game dev. Favorite Lego game? Probably the one that I'm playing right now, the Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga. It's really cool. I loved the original Lego Star Wars game back in the day. Another one that a lot of people don't talk about is Lego, I think it's called Lego Racers, back on Nintendo 64. That was a lot of fun. It's Mario Kart essentially, but you build your own Lego car however you want. So it's like this. It's kind of like what I'm building now, but it's on N64. You have all these Lego pieces to select from, and you can build your own car, and then you race with it. I think that was one of the most creative, coolest games I've ever played. Like not just Lego, just games in general. Favorite game in general? The Zelda games for sure. More specifically, probably Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. Those are probably my favorites, and I'm still playing Tears of the Kingdom right now. So I love Zelda games. Lego Ninjago games, I had never played them. But yeah, that's gonna be it for now. Hopefully I'll see you guys on a stream tonight. But I think the rest of the day I'm gonna start coding a bit of this stuff in Unity, and so that next game dev stream I do, which hopefully maybe not tomorrow, but like Friday, then I could actually show you guys some stuff. That'll be fun. Yeah, if any of you are not on the Discord, please join the Discord. It's an awesome place, and see you guys soon. Thanks for being here, guys. Bye.